Good afternoon to everyone. I am Akash Chawda, and today I will make presentation on exploring the floating world, understanding Edo period Japan. So these are the points to ponder. These points we will cover in the presentation. Starting with the ukiyo-e. Ukiyo-e is a artistic genre which was flourished in the 17th century Edo period Japan, and which is in which the artists were make prints and paintings on the different aspects of the life, everyday life, and also they portrayed the pleasure districts such as courtesans and kabuki actors of the Edo period. Ukiyo is generally translated into English as the pictures of the floating world, and the urban middle class, which was flourished in the 17th century Japan, which were the merchant class people, were known as the chonin, and they were the person of the town, and they were the primary patrons of the ukiyo-e woodblock prints. The term ukiyo-e we can further divide it into the three parts. First one is the uki, which can be translated into the floating. Then comes yo, which can be translated into world, and e can be seen as a picture, painting, or print. So the ukiyo-e means the floating world of pictures of the floating world. However, there is another connotation of the ukiyo-e as well. Long before the Edo period, there was here it is a Buddhist connotation, and it was during the 9th century Heian period. They used this term to describe the ephemeral beauty and the melancholy of the life. This particular term is used as to connote the sorrowful world, and they used this word towards the transient of the everyday life and the inevitable loss of the beauty. But by the Edo period in the 17th century, the new merchant class people who has new wealth, they used this term. They used this term to celebrate the everyday life and the joys of everyday life. So, Utagawa Hiroshige and Katsuchika Hokusai were the last two great masters of the landscape ukiyo-e tradition. These are the paintings of the landscape ukiyo-e, and these paintings are taken from the relevant articles. And our major concern is that how these floating worlds affected the socio-cultural development in the Edo period of Japan, and does the ukiyo-e still resonates in our culture today, in Japanese culture or contemporary time? So, what are the origins of and what are the reasons of the floating worlds to emerge? So, first of all, in the Tokugawa in the 17th century, it is the Tokugawa dynasty's rule, and Tokugawa has established comparative peace and social content in the Edo Japan, and this extended peace led towards the prosperity and the peace in the Edo period, and this resulted into the vibrant urbanization, and people were centralized in the Edo period Japan, and in this way, the new culture was born in the form of pleasure districts and pleasure capitals as well. And this extended period of peace with warfare, samurai class was born, and the merchant class people have indulged themselves in the pleasure districts and all the things. And key elements of the floating world. What are the one of the key elements is the pleasure district, which is also known as the flower capital, and all the things were the key elements. And there were also geisha and the kabuki actors were there. Geishas are professional performers in the traditional singing and dancing into the Japan. Unlike other prostitutes, geisha were not physically available to their customer. Rather they engage their customer into the intellectual conversation. They flirt with them. They pour tea to them. So the thing that they are not physically available to their customer, that makes them more popular at that time. And there was also the emergence of the kabuki actors and kabuki theater as well within the confinement of the yukaku. Yukaku is a red light. Yukaku is a Japanese word which stands for the red light district. So this is the picture, Isha preparing for an entertainment which is attributed to the Chobunsai Ishi. And This is the Kabuki Theater, pictured by the Utagawa Toyokuni. Okay, so Yoshiwara district. Yoshiwara district is one of the infamous red light district during Edo period of Japan, alongside with the Kyoto and third one, the social regulation. Tokugawa shogun created specific areas for pleasure-related activities. These Yoshiwara district was a licensed red light district. The Tokugawa Ieyasu himself given license to this district, and this is kind of a city within the city. We can make a parallel between the modern day clubhouses and pub as well, because in that Yoshiwara was a cluster of shops. There is everything that is available for the pleasure of the merchant class people. Like we are into the one of the game zone or that kind of thing. And Yoshiwara was approximately house for the countless sex workers, and there is also hierarchy in that as well, from Ilai Tayu to the Oiran, and the lower class sex workers are also there. The life within the Yoshiwara is not so much easy for all the sex workers, because they were there from very early ages, and they have to suffer in the brothels as well. So ukiyo-e artists have drawn these pictures of these prostitutes, and they also in a way some of bias in drawing the pictures as well. They do not choose the lower class prostitute. Rather, they go for the higher oiran or the elite to draw their paintings in their wood blocks. And after surviving a catastrophic fire in 1657, Yoshiwara was relocated in its present-day location in Asakusa. It was suffered a great fire as well, and it is only after the Anti-Prostitution Act of 1958 that this prostitution have banned in Japan, and it is become illegal. So this is the scene in the Yoshiwara by Hishikawa Monoro. You can see the background of the Yoshiwara in this picture. So does this Yoshiwara remain still? So the answer is no. These are the pictures, some remnants of the Yoshiwara in the current day Tokyo, and it is just another place of the Tokyo city which is teeming with the people. There is some remnants of they've taken care of because of their tradition. So Yoshiwara still resonates in the popular culture, and pleasure districts have countless time influenced the Japanese films, movies, and web series and anime, which is fall into popular culture. So the unfathomable destruction of the Yoshiwara lent itself greatly to the world of Demon Slayer. The mangaka Koyoharu Gotoge is the maker of the Demon Slayer, and this show particularly shows the flashiness of the Yoshiwara, an area with a teeming life and pleasure. Though this show does not offer the full glance of the pleasure district, but this show does offer some kind of key aspects of the pleasure districts in it. Then we have one character, Daki, who is Oiran in the series, and we can see she is offering herself to the customer, and she is going house to house. So these are some of the pictures from the anime that you can clearly see the flashiness of the Yoshiwara in that. So there is interesting parallel between the current Instagram and ukiyo-e. That Instagram at current time in everyone's mobile phone there is we have Instagram, and we constantly scrolling reels, and it is in a way Instagram is considered as a popular culture, and everyone used Instagram. It is it is a mass. It is one of the mass media. Like at that time, at ukiyo-e was the popular at that time, like Instagram in this world. Influence and legacy of the ukiyo-e. Isolation of Japan in Edo period created the perfect circumstances to grow Japanese art without any foreign elements in it. Japan during the Tokugawa dynasty was not connected with the outer world. It is, and that is the reason why this tradition of the Japan was flourished in that time. So after the Commodore Matthew Perry of United States forced in his way to the Japan and Japanese tradition, Japanese tradition and artistic value have influenced the entire globe. And one parallel we can make between the similar theme is Japanese artists and French impressionists. French artists like Vincent van Gogh, Edward Manet, Camille Pissarro, and Edgar Degas were influenced by the Japanese art. So Van Gogh himself coined the term Japanism, which stands for the Japanese traditional influence on the Western side. And you can see the picture by Edward Mano, a corner of a cafe in concert. In this picture, there is this blend of Japanese arts and Western art. And this is also Vincent van Gogh is influenced by the Utagawa Hiroshige's painting. This is all the paintings, self-portrait with the bandaged ear by Vincent and combing the hair by Edgar Degas. So ukiyo-e in modern times. So yes, ukiyo-e still remains in the modern times. There is one institute, Adachi Institute, which is located in the Tokyo district, which is engaged in the reproduction of the ukiyo-e and the reproduction of the masters of the ukiyo-e, like Hokusai's work they have reproduced and all the things. And there is also one master of the ukiyo-e still in the institute, which is who is Ninomi Morishika. Here is the painting, and this is the 2013 multicolor woodcut print created by the design by the artist Hiramatsu Reiji. So, in conclusion, we can say that the concept of hedonistic floating world allowed for the development of the distinct culture and broad artistic production in the Edo period, especially in the ukiyo-e genre. And these pleasure quarters developed their own intrinsic culture surrounding the courtesan, fashion, entertainment, and hedonism. And we have seen that art is the mirror of society. So all the ukiyo-e artists have depicted this hedonism in their paintings. So these are the references. And thank you. Now you can ask me questions.
So, Akash, my question is, are there any elements of ukiyo-e prevalent in contemporary art or literature, and where can we explore more about them?
So, there is, I've searched that there is no contemporary influence in India, but in outer side, in Japan itself, it is reproduced time and again with the new themes and Western elements. They do not constrain the ukiyo-e within the Japanese art form. They have let them influenced by the other art forms as well, and we have seen the combined mixture of the combined influence of the painting between ukiyo-e and all other influence.
Akash, my question is, how did the hierarchical structure within Yoshiwara, such as a distinction between Orient and other sex workers, influence social dynamics and power relations within the pleasure district during that period?
So the pleasure district itself has a hierarchical things, but in the pleasure district, all the people, like samurai and the lower class people, they do not they treated equally. They treated equally on the basis of how much money they possess. And if we talk about the oiran and the other sex workers, it is said that there are thousands of prostitutes working in the such kind of pleasure district, and there are only six oirans among them. So it is very it is suffering feeling for other people, and only oiran and tayu only have the some of the advantages to live. So yes, there is the power relation within the pleasure district. Okay, thank you.